Now, with all the craziness going on in the financial world, you might be thinking our worst enemy right now is this guy over here. It's not. How about this institution over here? Not them either. In fact, the number one worst enemy we have right now is the hackers and the thieves, and they're working overtime. So how's someone supposed to stay safe? Well, you can go buy a Tresno tea here for about $220, a little out of my price range. Well, maybe a Nano S, that's about $55. Yeah, but I'm a small investor. All I've got's a Metamask wallet. Isn't there a way to do that? You know what? Great news is there is. And in fact, we talked about it in our last Rags to Riches video right here, where we broke down some security features that we can set up, and it's going to cost us absolutely nothing. That's right. It's not going to cost you a thing. In fact, you've already got everything to do it. Hey everyone, Serenity here. I want to welcome you back to Down Home Crypto. Now today, I'm going to show you a great trick where you're going to take your Metamask wallet and you're actually going to put it behind another Metamask wallet. It's like locking in a vault inside of another vault. That's what we're going to do today, and it's going to be really simple. So let's go get into it. Now, before we get started, I want to clear up one huge misconception that a lot of people have out there. See, a lot of people think because they made another account within their Metamask, well, that next account, that's another layer of security, right? Wrong. You see, all the accounts made on that Metamask wallet exist under the same seed phrase. So if a hacker were to get into your Metamask wallet, regardless of how many accounts you've made, they have access to all of them. So we're actually going to make a whole new Metamask wallet that we're going to lock it behind. Now, to give you a heads up, I'm working on a Windows machine and I'm going to be utilizing Google Chrome. Now, you can use any browser out there, but it might look a little bit different through the steps. Process is still the same though. So let's get started. So when we open our Google Chrome, very first thing we see is a list of accounts on Google Chrome. Well, none of these are ones we want to use. So we're going to add a new account. Now it says, do you want to sign into it? Well, we don't have an email for it yet. So we're just going to say continue without an account. Now, once that opens up, it's going to start setting up different parts of the profile. First thing I want to do is I want to make this red. Danger, be careful. I want to make sure this stands out from my other Metamask account and I don't get the two confused. So then I'm going to name it Metamask Risk. That way, by the color and by the name, I keep these straight and I never get confused on what I'm utilizing. So go ahead and click done. Now you're going to notice it gives pop-up here saying we can switch accounts, but it also says error here. It's because there's no email account linked with this. And as we know, we kind of need to have that email account for our verification codes, things like that. So let's go ahead and make an email real quick. Now to do that, simply click on the Gmail button at the top. Then it's going to say create an account. Yes, please. Now the first screen pops up is asking for my first and last name. Now I can go and utilize those, but you know what? I want this to really stand out. So I'm going to put my first name as Serenity and my last name is Metamask Risk. Okay, let's go on. Now in the basic information, I'm going to give them my real information. Who knows? Maybe they'll send me a birthday card. Then it's going to give me a list of emails that are appropriate for my name. And right here, Serenity Metamask Risk at gmail.com. I'm good with that. We're going to create that email. Click next. The next screen is going to ask us for a password. I highly recommend utilize a special password that you've never used before. Make it unique. In case a hacker gets a hold of this information, they cannot use this same password here over in your MetaMask or other email accounts. So security is key here. Once you have your password in, click next. Now the next thing is going to ask you for a recovery email address. I highly recommend make this an email you actually utilize, because that way in case you forget your login information or if somebody compromises this account, you get the alerts in an email that you're actually going to see. So put in your email address and click next. And the next screen is going to ask you for a phone number. Now, once again, I do use my real phone number for this. That way, in case there is a problem, I get alerts, but also I get the text to verify accounts, things along those lines. And you can have the same phone number on multiple accounts. Now it's going to ask you to verify that phone number you entered. Now you can skip this step if you choose, but I'm going to go ahead and send the text to my phone, get the 6-digit code, and make sure that this is truly my email address. And there we go. It sent us the code on our phone. I've entered that in. Now I just click verify. Then it's going to ask us about Google services. Do we want them? Nah, not with this account. We're going to skip over those for now. Then it's going to say to review our account information. So there we go. Serenity Metamask Risk at gmail.com. Okay, good enough. So now that we have our email and our profile all set up, we're going to go ahead and go to MetaMask and we're going to download the extension for Chrome. And we're going to add it to our Chrome account. Now keep in mind, this is just for this Chrome account. So this will be totally separate from our other Chrome accounts and our other MetaMask wallets. This is creating that barrier, the lock between the two MetaMask accounts. So even if this one gets compromised, because this is the one in danger, they cannot access our other Metamask account that we're going to have all our solid funds in. Now, in the Zero to Hero series, we've already gone through the process of setting up a Metamask wallet. If you're not sure how to do it, go back and watch this video right here. It'll walk you step by step through the process. But for this one, I'm going to fast forward to the end of this because we want to do a couple more changes to make sure we're secure. I'm sure by now you're probably saying, hey, Serenity, why did I just go through all that work to create a whole new profile and a whole new Metamask? I mean, I've got a Metamask, it connects to the blockchain just fine, and everything's working great. Well, you see, that's your problem. It's connected to all the projects on the blockchain. That means if any of those projects are compromised, your Metamask is now compromised. What this new wallet's going to do is generate a barrier. And the only thing that wallet's going to do is interact with the projects on the blockchain. We're essentially going to sever the ties to our long-term holding Metamask. That way, if anything is compromised, it doesn't reach out and take all of your holdings, only the ones you store on your high-risk wallet. So in essence, we're almost creating a cold storage wallet, except for it's always on the blockchain. But the only thing that'll ever interact with it is our high-risk wallet. That way it's not accessed by any of the projects out there on the blockchain, and we're not putting it out there for the hackers to have access. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Serenity, this is great. Why didn't you tell me about this in the beginning? I've already connected to countless smart contracts out there. That's okay. I'm going to show you now how to sever the ties to every one of them and turn your original Metamask wallet into a long-term holder. Let's go check it out. Severing the ties from smart contracts to your original Metamask wallet is really, really simple. And we're going to go to unrect.net to do this process. Now, one thing I want to definitely alert you to, remember I made my high-risk wallet red when I went to the screen? This way I know whenever I pop up the screen, that's my high-risk wallet. This is my long-term wallet. So we're going to sever the ties on the long-term wallet and make sure that nothing can access it. So once we go to unrect.net, we first make sure we sign into our Metamask and then connect the wallet. Once we do that, select Metamask. Now at this time, it's going to start searching through our wallet for every approval we've ever signed and gave permission for a smart contract to access. And then what we're going to do is remove them one by one. Now I will tell you, going through this process is going to take a little bit of time and it is going to cost some gas. Because every time we approved a smart contract to interact with our wallet, we now have to pay gas fee to sever that tie. But have no fear, if you have any funds staked out there in a smart contract or anything like that, it's still there and it's still safe. Now you might want to pull that back before you go through this process. That's totally up to you. Now once it's populated, all the smart contracts that you've had interaction with over the years, it's going to list them all out here. And it's really simple to go through and start researching. For instance here, the Pillars Poker Party. I know that's when I minted an NFT. And I gave it approval for BUSD up to $24 worth. Now, to revoke permission sets for that, all I have to do is simply click revoke. And it's going to ask me for a signature. And as you can see, it's going to cost me 3 cents to revoke permission sets for that minting contract. Simply click approve, wait a minute, and it'll pop up with a green thumbs up here saying it is complete. And there we go. There's our green thumbs up. The transaction's been complete. Now, please understand, this does not mean we've lost any of the coins we have or the NFTs we minted. This simply severs the ties from our long-term hold wallet to the smart contract. So if anything were ever compromised in the smart contract, they no longer have access to get into our wallet. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this one at a time and we're going to sever every one of these ties until none of them remain. Because the only thing we want our long-term hold wallet to interact with is our high-risk wallet. Now, I hope this information has been helpful for you. And our number one enemy is always the hackers and the thieves. So please stay safe out there. And if you want to learn more about the crypto investing, make sure to join us every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Rags to Riches, where we let you, the viewer, decide what we're going to invest in, and we do it in levels that anybody can afford. So I want to thank you very much for your time. And until next time, have a great night.